Sure. Is this can't use? We're going live. All right, call this meeting to order. Start with the pledge, please.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of this community. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Right, let's look at last month's minutes. Motion.
I'll second.
I see your game. I'll make it. I'll make it.
Okay, sorry.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Same with the claims.
I'm more to approve as submitted.
Awesome.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'll turn it over to you, this.
Okay, we'll start with the special event applications. The first one's already happened. If the Southwest Du Bois High Ability Shakespeare Park, June 13th, 2025. Any questions?
They do want to do one at Christmas time, and we need to apply for that, so they sometime same setup.
So I'll submit a separate application for that. Testing.
It's well received. Did start ready till
Right at the end.
that's right. I seem that everybody's really enjoyed it. It's great. I think they'll try to do 2 or 3 of those a year. It's anywhere from kindergarten to 12th grade. This large age group.
And we did not charge them. So it's a school. Yeah, no profit, right? Thanks, great. Good use of that space.
I'll make. For that, so there'll be an application for Shakespeare in the Park.
I will second.
All in favor? Aye, opposed? Okay.
Okay, the second event application is Herbst Fest Queen Contest. They're going to use Market Street Park at Town Hall on September 21st, 2025. And we do have Reagan available if you want to come up and talk about it.
Introduce yourself. And tell us what you're asking for.
Okay.
Just get along.
Yes. My name is Regan Messmer. We're just asking to use Market Street Park, the main stage, and Old Town Hall for the Herbst Fest Queen Contest. That's on September 21st. This would be our 4th year using it. We've had success in the past. Everyone seems to like the space. We are also asking to have the upstairs of Old Town Hall reserved just in case of rain. Last year we had the hurricane, which luckily the Queen Contest missed, Little Miss did not. We got rained there. So it's just nice to have a backup that's close, that's already set up.
This is a Sunday, is that right?
Yes, Sunday, September 21st.
Supposed to be available.
Yeah, I already walked on.
Approve it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Are the fees?
I don't, the Herbst Fest, we don't.
She'll need to vote to suspend fees since they're a community project.
Is that what we did last year?
Yeah.
As far as I know, we've never, I'm not on the head committee, but as
They
far
had
as I
that last year. They also gave access downstairs. The hotel hall to change.
yes, that's what the, yeah, the girls will change.
So that needs to be set to motion.
That needs to be a separate motion to actually to physical fees.
I'll second local change.
I'll second that as well.
All in favor? Aye, opposed?
Thank you.
Right, the third special event application is Mighty Kindness Hoot. They're going to use the Huntingburg City Park, November 1st, 2025.
Thank you so much. I'm Renee Ananda and Amy Smiley's joining me here. And we are indeed asking to use the park on November 1st. Our organization is Mighty Kindness. We are both from Louisville, but we've lived in Perry County 23 and a half years. The festival is a family-friendly event. It's a community unity festival, trying to bring together and highlight all the goodness going on regionally. Everything from for-profit business and nonprofit organizations to artists, to musicians, to farmers, to just trying to network and help people regionally find each other and support each other, which is how we originally created the festival that we hosted in Louisville eventually at Waterfront Park, but it began in a park much the size of Huntingburg City Park. And we brought together at that time about 200 people. Eventually, it grew into being awarded second only to the Derby, the favorite festival in Louisville, and in the top 15 music festivals. We do have a small acoustic music stage, lots of activities for the kids, everything from parades to face painting to creating art. You guys have a beautiful park setting there with all the playgrounds and everything, and it's a great environment. We think to have the vendors, have events for the kids, and have a space for the parents to sit there and listen to music. Or we do have some workshops on things like native plants and things like that, but have their children in proximity playing, on the playgrounds and things. And it's a really feel good event, and it just we chose this park to request because of your location in proximity to other southern Indiana towns, and also it to the highway, for the interstate for people coming off. But we thank you for your consideration, and if you have any questions, we're open to answer them for you.
So you will reach out to vendors in what kind of radius, just within our county or?
No, so we're calling it Southern Indiana Mighty Kindness. So it would be, and actually we have a crew of people from Du Bois County, Perry County, Harrison County that are all a part of the organizers. But as far as who's invited, it would be everything from Vanderburgh County to Floyd County, but down in this southern portion. And honestly, when we did our first one in a city the size of Louisville, we just brought out 200 to 300 people that first time. Eventually it grew and we were getting 5,000 to 6,000 people in a day. And so we're just wanting to do the same work that we've done there to bring together community in a way that, you think of the things that have happened in Austin, or places where there've been community is needed to come together. It's good to know about the resources available in community before things like that happen. And so, and that's all the good things from our motto is taking care of yourself, each other, and the earth. So, I come here every week to All-in-One Chiropractic. I would love everybody to know about the good work they're doing there. So it's, it's trying to bring together all these different organizations, for-profit or nonprofit, and give them a place to be highlighted and people to be able to connect. But also we always find out that organizations don't really realize the work they're doing, and they find ways that they mutually could benefit on it.
When you say the city park, how much, what are you talking about? What do you think, how much copy will these
So
put this on?
League Stadium is here. So south of that, I believe, right, is that area where there is a little gazebo. There's a couple of pavilions. There's all the playgrounds. Our hope would be to utilize that green space there, the two pavilions that it looks like a gazebo sort of, and there's the playgrounds. And then maybe you guys have some excellent parking there. I think it's about 500 spaces, but maybe one of those parking areas blocked off for vendors. We might not even need that. It depends on, we want to honor how you want the green areas preserved and all that. So
Yeah.
then do the vendors pay a fee to be a part of that day or?
Typically, and we always try to keep it, so in Louisville, our rates for $45 for a for-profit vendor, so if you're selling something that you've made or something. But if you're a nonprofit, we always did 15 all the way to a sliding scale down to 0, if your nonprofit didn't have it. We usually have, I didn't mention this, but in that location, maybe a food truck or two, and we know we would need to, get the health department licenses and things like that.
Yeah, I could, if you would like, I can bring up the upstairs a map. They can visualize where she's talking about. I could do that now. The other thing I would suggest, based on the size of the event, this may require approval from the fire chief for the EMA for an emergency action plan. So if you do decide to make any, you could prove or disprove where you want from this point. I wouldn't make anything contingent on fire chief emergency action plan being put together because the size of the event,
Should they not
as well as permits.
insurance to will?
Yeah, and permits, you'll need insurance and permits from verifying who the vendors are, the food trucks.
Oh, yes,
Sure that
yeah,
they-
and
They don't pay a fee in Indiana anymore as of July 1st,
Oh.
but they do have to have their health department
Yeah.
fees, but we can charge the fee.
and we're very, just so you know, we're very familiar with all these steps and we're happy to provide you with anything.
State of Indiana does allow you to give additional fees to food trucks, so
There's gonna be alcohol.
No,
you get that now. I can ask a question.
Oh, like
I mean, I have a short, I don't know if you all have Wi-Fi here. I could show you a quick 1-minute video that I just kind of set up here. If you just wanted to get a feel for the energy of it, or if not, I'm happy to answer any additional questions as well.
Well, it sounds to me like you've been through it enough, so like you need the insurance and all the
Yeah,
other
so-
steps you gotta go through, because, I mean, it sounds like this would be just as big as Herbst Fest, but just in a day.
So it might start small, but what we saw each year, and over a 13-year period, was it grow, and so I don't really know how to even estimate crowd size at this point. Like I said, in Louisville, our first year, it was just a few hundred people.
I think the biggest thing for this area is just to advertise, to get it out there, because there's been some things at the park before that people haven't advertised very well. They didn't have a good turnout, but
Yeah, we're good on promoting it online, but also distributing promotional flyers and getting on local radio, in this case, it would probably, if we did any television, it would be Evansville likely, just, I don't, probably that, yeah.
I'd just like to add that this is a total nonprofit grassroots. We just do this out of because we want to see more kindness in the world and we want us to be able to connect and find each other locally. So we don't make a profit off of this and we just kind of pull together the resources that we need and, it always is provided and we're so grateful. And it literally is all about kindness and loving your neighbor. So it has a really good feeling to it. And that's, I think, the reason why it's grown over the years. So we just love Southern Indiana. We love Huntingburg. We love the park over there is perfect and we can pull people from all different directions, which is why it's such a great location.
And fun fact, she was an extra in a league of their own in that stadium with
Thank
her.
you. I'm talking about you and you were there.
Yeah, there was along with hundreds of other people, right?
What time of year have you done this in Louisville?
We've done it in the spring and the fall.
Okay, because I saw, your date is getting it.
Yes, and that has to do with,
Us getting a late start.
yeah, it takes a few months to plan these sorts of things, and so that has everything to do with that.
if weather holds out, you would probably have a pretty good turnout, because most of the other stuff is done.
Yeah.
And honestly, still, I mean, in November, even the leaves are just still colorful then. I think it'd be lovely.
Well, and
People-
it's the day after Halloween, so we thought we'd tie in costume contests.
Right, good
some
point.
Halloween stuff like that.
So,
We certainly don't have a lot going on in our parks at that time, so.
so
That's-
this is
yeah.
the gazebo, so I'm talking about this, probably,
Want me to hold that for you?
we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
no, oh, it's okay, I think.
I
So,
think basically just be the same as purchases.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
and what I was suggesting, and maybe you know, I know you have all this parking as well. But if you don't want vendors on the green space, we could block off this parking lot and put vendors here. So whatever you were comfortable with, but thank you, Amy, that was perfect, and thank you for going to get your thoughts.
Right. Kind of this need that one event that was set up in the park that I attended with Parks guys and everybody was there. So they have the different tents set up, so I imagine it kind of similar to that. It's the water, annual water conference, you know. Water tents, pop-up tents,
Nice.
they have different demonstrations going on too.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping to do in the two different pavilions have, I mean, we like to do educational workshops and things, you know, so, yes.
I will add that there's a kindness club at Southridge, and maybe other schools have that too, but I
Is
know
it
that
really?
that might be a group to maybe.
Well, we checked it out.
Make
Absolutely.
a note of that, a kindness
Yeah.
club at Southridge Elementary,
At the high school.
or at the high school. Nice, okay.
You guys think?
Great.
Good thing. I think I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve it pending, you know, like the insurance and everything else they gotta get.
Yeah, they'll need three things and we can help with that. You know, one of those is that, like you said, has to be emergency. I think there's gonna require an emergency action plan, but we can take that, check that out with our fire chief. But I would suggest too that we have a vendor set up cleanup plan, but where they're gonna set up and how they're gonna clean up afterwards. And if you get us locations, RTIS, Rob, and we can help with that.
That does bring a question for me, so in that location, are there any dumpsters there, do we need to haul off our trash, or
We have to be home.
we haul it?
And
Okay,
there's no
we're
dumpster
used to
available.
that, okay, but it is possible to perhaps rent a dumpster. And put it somewhere there and then have that person haul the dumpster, okay, we'll check in on all the options.
And then bathrooms, are they shut down right now? We talked about. You shut them down December first,
Great, okay,
So this gets really, really cold, then we'll have to make a secondary. plan.
but
Sure.
we can.
Okay.
We'll touch on that.
alright, sounds good, sounds.
So.
So there's not a whole lot of bathrooms unless you can open up.
So supplement with a couple of bathroom, porta pots. Is that what you're saying?
Would that be better than opening the stadium up for that? So there's the bathroom. I don't know.
Well, I'll make the motion to accept it pending the other papers, insurance and action.
Plans and permits.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Alright,
I appreciate it.
thank you all very
Look forward
much,
to
we
that.
appreciate it
Yeah,
very much.
thank you.
Please stay in touch and let us know what else we need to do.
And so they work on the fees and stuff.
Just support you.
It's, I think.
Depends on the size of the.
Well, by the way, we're always really good about leaving it better than we found it, making sure it's gonna get.
Give me lots of things.
Oh,
Aye, Captain.
No, we.
thank you all very much, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Yeah, not at all. There.
Okay. Look, you don't want to sit through the whole meeting, you rather get up here right now.
I'm gonna try my quiet.
We're gonna probably take I would suggest that you take it out.
Yeah.
In their presentation, instead of waiting at the end, you don't want to sit here and listen to this, but other hours. Thank you.
Well, with that said, Janelle Hurd will be coming up to talk about the roof replacement on Little League Concession Building.
Copies of the quote I received. We're here today from the Huntingburg Youth Baseball League to present maintenance issues at our concession stand at the Dan Mergel Field. This past spring, we noticed a lot of leakage causing some internal damage as well. So we reached out to get some quotes prepared. Nobody wants to. B&A was the only place that was able to get back with me. I called 3 other places, they never gave me a quote. So this is to replace the roof on that concession stand and fix anything that is damaged once they tear off the 20-plus-year-old put together roof from donated materials 20+ years ago. So we were hoping that we could get some financial assistance from the city, the Parks Department, however it may work, to get this project going now that our big tournament is over with. There won't be any activity down there until early spring, so we're hoping to take care of this before it prevents or makes further issues inside.
I will add that I had Hammond Construction reach out to me. He's looking to do some donation stuff. Both his kids are part of the baseball league. And before we make any type of decision on what we want to do to proceed on that roof, I'd like to get him down there to look at it and see what he's willing to do, whether it's a donation of time, donation of materials, or even just does the entire thing as a donation. I'm not sure what he has in mind. So I don't have anything scheduled with him yet. I plan to do that here in the very near future. Just to kind of get his idea as to what he's thinking. So we may have to kind of revisit this as well.
And I know talking with different people about this roof, it's a flat roof with a very small slopes. So it's not your typical shingled roof. So a lot of people don't deal with that kind of stuff. And so B&A said it would be very similar to what they did up at the local ladder because we have very similar dimensions and pitch roof and stuff. So this is what they put together for us. So
Yeah, I was trying to picture a roof in my head.
it's very flat. And we do have at least 2 or 3 spots where you can see daylight from the upstairs area, which obviously water is coming in as well.
There's a couple different rooms inside that upper area. Stuff that we don't typically go into very often. And this weekend went in to go find some stuff and saw some water damage, some rot that's seeping into the building. So it's time.
We want to preserve what we have because
Are you looking for all of it, a portion of it, or?
So what has the city done in the past for Little League? Cause it seems like they
Seems like it's
at
based,
least have.
it seems like it's basically project by project, because sometimes we've done it all, sometimes we've done half. I think it basically just depends.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely willing to
contribute.
contribute.
Because I don't feel like that you guys should have to foot the whole bill. I think
I
it'd be better,
yeah.
it'd be better spent on for the kids.
Yes, we would like to spend what we have for the kids, something that the kids can use.
Reach out to Foundation or anybody else, what grants. So, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, if they do get something to us, then maybe able to utilize that for difference. I can get you in contact with Kevin. They're very helpful. So Got that thing. So, as you're willing to do all of it, that's up to you. So. You know, this is probably why they say the 20-year roof, probably, that range.
It was 20+ years from what I gather, and it was pieced together from what I've learned, pieced together from various local businesses like Craftsman Construction, who no longer exist. And it was leftover materials from jobs that they had.
Then
So,
basically our dads went up on the roof and
Put it
put it on, so it's.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
We're talking about the old big softball field.
no, we don't want it to look like that.
We're talking about the. Talking about the Little League.
Yes, the one that's absolutely in Merkelfield.
Yeah, because we recently did something with the bathrooms there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking about. Split.
So you think that there's money out there that we wouldn't have to spend?
The money is, but we can, yeah, we can, because we have money set aside. And we all that fund, there is money left in that. And Jason spent it 3 times already, and he's finding projects, but it is there. My personal opinion. Our park is only, it's kind of that theory, your park is only good as your weakest link, and if we have a facility that's like that, you know. That takes away from really the whole park, so I think if we can have any. Whatever you want to, whatever you decide, we can do it. I think that from a procurement standpoint, probably, we don't have to bid it out, we can get quotes. Since you did reach out, we would just need to know who you reached out to, when you and how you reached out to them.
And then we could do
That
that
type of thing, and then you could use one, but we just need to make sure that there was an effort to get other bids. And it could be, I called this person on this date, and they didn't respond.
I do have another call back in April from a private individual that does construction on the side. He gave me a quote, but then when I asked him about insurance and all of that, he said he didn't carry it. I do have that with me, but it doesn't have a name or anything on it, and it was about $14,000 is what he gave me on that one.
That's fine.
This is a lot less.
Yeah.
We just have to show it to other attempts to get price.
You know, on some projects,
That's
we
right.
have.
I really expect
Put
to
a
be
certain
higher.
amount and then pay the rest. I don't have to go say a certain one. 500 and then they pay the rest. Choose whoever they can choose whoever they want to go with.
Half of our. What?
I'm saying I did call Schmidt's contract, and I'd have to go back and look at my date. Metzmer, I called 3 other places and they said they would get me a quote, and that was, well, I started in April.
Probably too small to job for them.
So, and then a lot of places I called like Flex Roofing, and they don't deal with that kind of buildings.
Yeah. Look at them. You get 2 floors slabs, but that's also standard work.
Yeah.
While we're talking about improvements, just real quick. I know that you guys are aware that we had a baseball tournament, the Lexi Mattingly tournament this past weekend. I saw a few of you guys there. I know that one of you has a kid that plays. This was our biggest event yet. We had 34 teams that showed up, ranging from Vanderburgh County, Knox County. I mean, there was just, if you weren't down there to see the amount of kids running around that park was pretty cool. Base, you weren't around for it. We had multiple people come walk up to us where we were set up. Just talk about how beautiful the park is, how well maintained the fields are. A lot of jealousy in their voice. So I want to give kudos to Dale and to Jace and to the park board and the city parks department for all the work they put in to get the fields ready, to get the park ready. I know it's not easy, but you guys did a fantastic job with it. Dale, I know you're retiring. You're back there tucked away in that corner. I want to say that we appreciate everything you've done for us over the past few years. Myself and Janelle, personally, I know you worked with Ray for 60, 70 years. It's just, it's a very nice park. The only thing that I would have to add to what Janelle's talking about is up on those new youth fields. That one fence is a tragedy, in the making. Where the bottom of the fence lifts up and it's rusted. I know that was part of the fence that has not been replaced. And I think it's something that we need to take a look at. Again, it's a safety thing.
Let Jay's computer check that out.
Yeah, that was the only complaint that I heard about all weekend long. We've done everything we could to secure it down. Multiple times and it just, there's nothing that works because it's so far wrong. Yeah.
Our safety director noted that too. She was with Jay's stuff too.
So, I mean, everything else down there is in.
And while like you guys are here, I had a couple people say it would be really awesome. If you had somebody like at the hospital that drives a golf cart that could take people, because a lot of like, there was a couple of older people that had a walk far and it was hot. They couldn't go that far, but it's just a suggestion. It's
Yeah,
not-
we actually, there were a few that reached out to us or.
They came up to the concession stand, I think is how it generated, and asked if there was a transport.
Yeah.
So we did pick them up on the gator and.
Well, but even if you just had somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot more people didn't come to you, because you know what I mean, like they didn't wanna be a.
No,
Yeah.
sure.
And so, but I just think that's a.
Probably because it was so hot too.
Well, we're trying to talk Gene into doing this in April, but his high school schedule.
Yeah,
interferes with that, so.
I was just saying, that's something that like, I know more people have said something to me like. Like, somebody almost didn't make it because it was so far.
Yeah.
Just disability stuff, you
Yeah.
know? And if somebody's just swimming the parking lot, they would just probably take it without feeling like a bother.
Sure, yeah,
It's an awesome event, a lot of
It is.
people.
yeah, it was awesome to see.
We almost got all the games in,
Yeah,
right?
Almost.
All but one.
You didn't go to the.
Everything got in, but the last two
Yeah.
games,
And they
When
only
the
did
rain came.
2 more outs,
yeah,
3 more outs.
so we had to cut a few of the games short, championship games short, so.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I,
And we proposed this, a certain amount for them to put towards this project, and then they can decide which supplier that they wish to use at that point. If you could
I think. so.
find another one that gives you a better.
I kind of like to recommend get you halfway and pay half.
That's good. I know we've done that a lot with a lot of other projects.
Whichever softball field, they did a lot of work themselves up there. And we did the same thing with them whenever we could, just meet them halfway to help them out, so.
I suggest you come up with a dollar amount because if there's additional work has to be done once they take the rope off. That, then we're not paying, you're not paying on that too, or however you want to do it.
So,
Or you can say half at maximum two.
okay,
Yeah, those are two options I would suggest. It is your board.
so a little more than half of with this quote would be 4,000. Just
Flat 4,000.
that 4,000? No? Does that work? Budget people?
That's. Make it good. You making a motion, Mike?
Yes,
And Mike made the motion,
with 4,000.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
You'll need to coordinate this through, well, if this guy is gonna be Jay's, but also, Andrew Peters will need, this is a local contractor, it's B&A. So we'll still need their insurance certificate and Andrea Brown will handle. Because that to put us as additional insured type of thing, but, that's the way we work it. I'll get back together with you on, other options.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
guys.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, next, I'm gonna go back to. See. So Market Street, just had its fourth Friday, July 5th, 2025.
How many people were there? Is very.
It was hot.
Well, saying, I was a turnout since it was so hot. It was good.
Was very good.
You
Were you there, Tim? Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
Well,
hot.
very good, was it?
now it was kind of disappointing, but I understand why.
Next, next fourth Friday, of course, is August 22nd. Supposed to be some headliners there, so we'll see.
And that's the night for Red, White, Bronze, so that's usually a pretty popular event. Popular weekend, good weekend for music. Hopefully the weather will cooperate for us.
On Old Town Hall. Did we ever get any with the steps? Or-
Yeah, I actually have those samples, so people get those out tomorrow. We had, now we were gonna replace the carpet, previous contractors not been showing up, returning calls, so, we're changing on that. Okay, that'll come out of the old town hall down at the Phillips Making, on the pay for that cost.
What's going on just a year and
Yeah.
get that deep
And then we're also looking, we have somebody that's offered to build, redo the doors and the windows, rebuild all those in shop here in town. Replace those at no cost to the city or to the farms. That's probably $90,000 to $100,000 worth of windows. So, okay, so, it's not gonna be cheap. Senior Center, just give an update that it is, you're gonna put some pictures, I think you're gonna send some pictures out pretty soon. Everything's framed in there, wire electric is now getting electrical in, all the drains are in. Once the siding is replaced on the north side of the building, they're waiting to do the electrical and plumbing along some of those lines. They get that siding replaced, just getting studs are back. They're coming out to do, getting internet and phone lines and everything over the next couple of weeks. And then drywall can start going up. It'll probably be, that was a November finish date. It looks like it's gonna be run about a month ahead. So not behind. Everything's falling in place right now. So furniture is being donated by OFS here locally. It's being manufactured now. It'll be so anything in the office or in the common area to do some of the tables, will do some storage bins for games, puzzles, and a podium and some other things for presentations, trainings that are done. Only thing we've got to hold up on right now is materials, is for the decking material for the deck.
Any questions on that? No? Okay, we'll move on. Swimming pool closes August 3rd, 2025.
Well, one thing on the swimming pool. Maybe before next year, I put that new garage door on that side.
Yeah.
And then barricades are there, do you think we can? Okay. The barricades that we put by the new garage doors, you think we can find something that looks a little bit nicer? I think it looks. Before next, I think it looks a little tacky with the barricades.
Yeah, we'll work on something.
Okay.
For sure.
Cause I think
Do that.
when we put that garage door there, it was a good idea, just didn't realize that people could just walk in that building. So
Yeah, it just gets really, really hot in there, so. You just keep it open, keep it cool now.
I thought maybe before we open it, next summer, we could find something that's a little nicer, more
Yeah.
permanent.
We can do that.
We could use the fencing that we utilized at the big park for fence.
It's kind of like,
Had plenty of it. Lot of.
Any other questions? Cool. The splash pad, will be closing the weekend of the Herbst Fest.
What?
The splash pad. Will be closing the weekend of Herbst Fest. Okay. Questions? No.
With Wright Brown, just to give you an update, we do have a contract ready, which is similar to last year with different dates. However, we are still Attorney's still looking at the insurance amount that we need to have, that has to happen. Trying to see if we can up that insurance as to max our use. So if we can, I think what we do is give, if you want to vote on giving Dustin the opportunity to negotiate that amount to move forward. Other than that, it's going to be the same agreement as last year. We are working together with the bombers on the alcohol, on doing those type of things. We are going to have a new contract probably next year that will look a little different. We're trying to coordinate right now. Just say there's a discrepancy between the high school contract, bombers contract, red, white, brown contract. We've got to get together and get those. What I want to do is by the October meeting, we need to approve and sign all those contracts at that time. I've already met with the school, I've already met with the bombers, too, and with red, white, brown. But I want all those in place. But first, for two reasons. One, we have to have a manager in place and a contract in place to do the annual renewal of our liquor license. It's also good that the bombers do their schedule in November for their league, as well as the high school. Well, theirs isn't until later in the year, and that's kind of a problem. So we need to. This year was a discrepancy between the bombers and the sectionals and regional finals.
So the dates.
The rain out days, and there was a rain out, so there was luckily they were able to work it out that day. We're two of them worked together on that, but we're trying to work out some of those discrepancies right now. And I've met with each of the groups, all three of the groups, and we got to clean them up for next year. I've been under those contracts for 3 years to the bombers and by the school.
I think it's time to renegotiate with the bombers in the school a little bit now if we can. I know,
We've had some of those discussions too, so. I would just ask for you to make a passage to allow Justin to enter into some of those negotiations talks, because we can't have a meeting now all the time, every week on that. And that would be my ask for a motion. Final approval of it to sign off will be by. But at least get the pricing and negotiation and dates all worked out, so the logic. Both groups.
Aiming for the October meeting to get all that together.
so if they make that motion, I need to abstain from the vote.
No, you don't even stand.
Okay. That's up to you guys if you comfortable with me doing that.
So what do you motion?
The motion would be to allow the board president to enter negotiations on the contract, the final approval of the contract by the board itself. For the bombers, for all three major events, which with the bombers, red, white, brown. School.
I'm motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
You mentioned already about red, white, and blonde next year. Are they not gonna have to fill out any type of application for special event anymore?
If you're okay, rental day is $400 a day. So, what we do is for that one, we do it a little differently if you're okay, because we have to do an EMA layout for the whole thing, Emergency Management Association, and they look at everything there. So if you're okay, I know verbally they were here a few months ago and asked for approval at that time.
I know
Jay Baker was here.
earlier on before the planning came into effect for this one, is they were already advertising to have the event. And then we had never even discussed having it yet.
Yeah. So did the bombers. So did Fourth Fridays. So did all the Christmas strolls. I would guess that 90% of events in Huntingburg are advertised for the here. Right now, it's August. All the Christmas strolls and everything that's done by the merchants, by everybody else, they're sending that information out to the state, to the state tourism as we speak. So I don't know how far ahead you want to approve these and with the merchants and everything else, but these events are normally advertised in Bombers for advertising before we had a contract thing too.
I think we're approving like all the controls and stuff,
We did at the beginning.
either late in the year or real early in the year, we just do them all.
It's full, that's for destination honeymoon.
Oh, okay.
Strolls are different, that's.
That's usually done January, actually, the merchants we did in March, I believe.
To see that,
We don't have, no, we didn't have.
I mean, my personal opinion about that,
With the Board of Public Works.
We did do all destination honeymoon here. The strolls are ran through the merchant, so those are all for public works. I don't have all
Those
the.
were in the tourism book back in September last
see, in my personal, it doesn't
year.
bother
We
me.
didn't approve the thing.
It doesn't bother me that they're already advertising, and just have it approved because they have to. I mean, if they don't. You know, I think it's fair that they get it out early so they can have a good turnout. It's hard to prove stuff that far ahead.
Yeah, it's very different. It is.
I know that's putting the cart before the horse sometimes, but
It's also selling tickets. I think that's another thing too, is we need to make sure that people are buying tickets for what they think they're getting, you know, that all that is laid out, that we've approved the venue and.
I suggest we do multiple year contracts, at least 2
Yeah.
years.
That would be good to
Especially
do.
year to year thing. Hold them to the, I think there needs to be inflation and the factor built into the rent and everything else, so we're not paying the same price every year.
I just want to be fair for both sides.
Realize that none of these events we're never gonna make. We're never gonna make money off of them. We're gonna probably
As
spend.
long as they don't lose money, no tariff bill up.
Right.
And cost money to repair all that they torn up.
And I think we do have that
We
in
have-
the contract, right?
that
Some
is- that is in the
repairs. Because with the rain chances we've had, you normally don't expect that in August, but
So
we've had rain.
virtually concert, I think the only thing we really want, we need to change on that is, we do need to verify the insurance. So if you're okay with him.
But that's, you know, we want to utilize the park. We want stuff like this.
Yeah.
But also don't want to come out on the tail end of it and be losing money off our budget trying to repair the stuff that's been torn up by different groups coming in.
That's right.
Yeah, there is a clause in the back of the contract and any damage to, they have to replace or repair.
Does park get any money from this?
It is a not-for-profit, so nobody gets any money from the workers that are there, volunteers. They get volunteers taking tickets, working the different concession stands, as far as all the bartenders there are volunteering for time too. We did talk a little bit about that.
It's very right, wrong, all the way back to the money.
All that money goes to the veterans. They also buy shoes for the kids up here. Did 2 shoe giveaways this past year out to school. Brought the trucks in. Any problems from that, we also said one thing that I said I want from now on is the county going forward, everything. Where the money went and how it went.
That would be nice. Because the tickets are not cheap.
No,
Sponsorship is really not cheap.
so.
So for someone to
We've
have.
gotten all that, they given me some numbers, they'll get final, I asked for it, it's at the end of the event, that we get final numbers of where all the money went, how it came in, and everything else. To help us make a decision.
We
We didn't
advertise,
ask for that last year.
are we advertised as a sponsor, City of Huntingburg, for that event? I know that's one way that we've negotiated. in the past.
so we can approve this just pending insurance, basically.
Yeah.
Are you guys comfortable with everything with this?
It has to go on, because it's ready.
Get ready to start.
I'll make a motion to approve this pending insurance.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
The Major League game, being sponsored by DuBois County Bombers will be on August 9th, 2025. Anybody got anything on that? No new items on the north side park, nothing on Knee House. Nothing on south side. Nothing on the park. Next meeting's August 18th, 2025.
How's the pickleball courts coming?
Oh, yes.
Good enough.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. I have reached out to Tennis Tech. I'm waiting on them to get back so we know where to set our poles and how to set them. And I don't know if they're gonna do it, if we're gonna do it yet. So the guy that I reached out to is on vacation right now. So
It's a one-man operation.
So we got 2 walls up and that's about it.
And we heard that the other courts in the area were having issues, so have we made sure?
But they're not, they're,
Oh, really?
the Jasper pickleball, there are people in there all the time, every Wednesday I go, that it's full.
They had 3 different ones.
Yeah, the ones at Park are, they're
Your
full,
shots out there are different.
they're not shut down at all.
Well,
One's up near the ball.
So I guess my question is, did we look into making sure that we
Yeah.
don't have that
Yeah.
same
Did check
issue?
on that.
So-
Really, the problem that's happening with the concrete courts that are, don't have the vapor barriers underneath. And, yeah, the contractor that's redoing those for them is actually who we call.
Okay.
He does those full time. He's also a mayor of another city. But I have to know that he doesn't, he's doing a lot of them around here. Stereo has been for several years. So he's saying with the asphalt that like realize it, they have to do drainage that would consider breathe. And be fun.
So you're thinking it's gonna get done this year yet, or you think it'll be next spring?
that's the plan. We got all the rock in now and
Yeah.
Tyson spread it out. So as soon as we get with Tennis Tech and they give us the okay or get their poles in, whether that's first before the paving or they want to core them in. That's really what told us that. So,
The asphalt paper too, their plant they burned down earlier in the year, it's back up operating now. So we're able to, when they come in and do the paving on the streets that they halfway got done. They'll take that, they take that at the same time, we just gotta get poles in place and get that laid out. We got that price negotiated, so it's good, it'll actually be, a little more of court than what was originally planned there, so.
I know people are eager to get out there and use it, so in the fall could be a good
I think,
opportunity for that, if we get that going.
Once we get that going, another thing we're gonna have to look at, people will be grabbing, we're probably gonna put lights in there eventually. I know I talked to Dale about updating tennis court lights and putting new lights.
We
in
got
there.
with the electric department, and we've gone through, talked about that already, what we do, we have plans.
To be able to light the tennis court and the pickleball. Cause those lights are what, they've been there since you've been around, haven't they?
Yeah, there's 30 years, and LED is in my way.
Speaking of lighting, we talked about the DuBois County Hall of Fame, doing that hallway, improving the lighting there, so should we, is that something we wanna wait till next year at this point, or?
Well, I think it'll be up to Jace going forward, how he wants to put that in the calendar, but it might be best to do it this fall when they're. Depends on, it's a good thing to do when you don't have something else to do. Because that it's undercover and they can put those lights in. When they can't haul or they can't do other work because of inclement weather. He's got a list of projects, so.
Yeah,
winter,
and we talked
so-
about LED lights, other people recommended if there was like an overhang light over some of those panels, I don't know if that would be
Yeah, I
difficult,
think-
or
I-
a spotlight
I
or
think
something. Or
Fixtures, not just,
not just the hallway, so.
and if you get them open, you get open cell ones with reflectors on them. You'll have to get it, you'll still have to get it weatherproof because, you know, no street, no, it doesn't rain.
Okay.
Something else. we're still talking and we'll have some more information, Mayor's Youth Council, they are dumping their idea of a community park, community, not park, community, garden. So we'll go out and level out, take care of that area. We'll look at other options, whether it be tree plantings or, other vegetation, wildflowers or anything we can do out there, to take care of that. There's not seen any movement from the council. They are looking at, they want to do maybe a fitness pad. We're looking at financing for that. Then applying for a grant. We'll have a meeting tomorrow. The hearing will be on the call. I think we're gonna be eligible for a grant. Put in a fitness pad. I think I sent a video out to you guys not too long ago, a couple months ago. Tomorrow's probably our final call for now, for a while, with the fitness park. So we do the national fitness campaign. These fitness bands they send us some interesting facts, and that's what we're looking at, is that where people walk, they take that from cell phones, Fitbits and other tracking devices, all that stuff goes somewhere. There are companies that track that. They put hot maps in. They were very surprised that our main park had is huge amount of walkers there. Knee House Park obviously was the hot map area there. We were also surprised at the number of people that come off of Veterans Parkway, Skyline Drive, and cross the highway to get to Knee House Park. A lot of that, so we've included that access to that park, Market Street Park, and other parks where people do those fitness walking. We track that they're making dangerous moves. We're putting that under our Safe Streets for All study that's going on right now. And once we get that study done, the recommendations, that makes us eligible to apply for federal funds to try to correct some dangerous spots. Don't know what that looks like in the house, but because that's a difficult way, but the people are doing it right now without a crosswalk. We've talked to state of Indiana about lowering the speed limit through there, putting other warning signs or flashing signs to slow traffic down in the area. So we're trying to attack safety of it. And so we have a local committee here. We have somebody who's a runner, has a local running group. We have Ethan trustee, with the bicycles. We have some or two sort from the school transportation. Who else is on that? Of course, our police and fire departments are on there. And Kenley and I are on there. We're really right now looking at where people are walking and how safe they are, crossing the intersections and stuff, and trying to fix those things.
At one point, the idea thrown around to put a tunnel in 64, is that gone?
I don't know. I think everything's on the table. And I've heard that it's cheaper to go under than it's over, but then that's not gonna work when it rains, because a huge amount of water feeds into that area. Then you have to worry about if it rains, how you're gonna shut off so somebody doesn't get drowned in there. It's not all that simple. Then we got to deal with state again. So we made them aware of it and asked them. They actually have come up with a county safety list of things that are unsafe happenings around town where they need or barricades or guardrails and slow speed limits. We've listed that. That whole section is really a major accident waiting to happen because of the high speeds that come through there, as well as in Chestnut.
Surprised that you're put stopped like there yet.
Anyway, there's some things that they're working on. They've given us some preliminary ideas, but I don't think they went far enough. We'll continue working with NDOT on that because all that's getting repaid next year.
I don't have anything else. Nope.
Well, one thing before I share, I just want to thank Dale because this is his last official meeting. It was good working with you, Dale.
You guys. They look at about, you were tired of my parties.
It just shows how well I
You
do.
just recognized that the other night too.
Bomber game.
I do want to say one thing, but I don't know if you guys know or not. Jared Sparrow is coming home. Either, maybe even today, that they're gonna move you into his house where he is. Rehab at home, so. He's gonna be back home, but I know it's a lot more comfortable there than in the nursing home, so. I guess I have to get some help for it and. They're gonna nurse, nursing bed in there, they're gonna get him a client bed, so. But, getting better, it's still slow going, it's gonna be a long haul, so. It's been flat on his backs, literally. Yeah, you can't roll on either side of his belly, he has to stay on his back and. Yeah, it's active as Jared's been, that's hard. Yeah, they've gotten that, where he's walking a little bit, but it's not real stable, and there's one of his legs, I'm sure this is our dad yet, so. He's got a long way to go, but I really don't feel better being at home than in another facility, so. I don't feel bad left. Last I heard when he left, I thought he didn't come to a full. Back to full ability, so. That's good news, so that may be a little more down the road. You love visitors, so. Yeah, Joe, he enjoys visitors, it's at work. Yeah. I want to do that.
Definitely keep them in our prayers.
You guys got anything else for you guys?
No.
I'll make the motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?